frostbite.
Extreme cold
Extreme cold is
dangerous.
very, very dangerous.
When you go out,
when you go
it's minus
out,
10
when it's
or
minus 10 or
15
minus
or minus
15 or
20,
minus 20,
it starts to become very important that you don't have your skin exposed to the cold air. You must wear gloves. And you might even need to wear what's called a ski mask,
where
only
your
eyes
and mouth show,
because
otherwise you will get frostbite, injury to skin caused by extreme cold.
And they'll
even tell you
how long it's
safe to be outside with your skin exposed. You might
don't
say,
don't
stay outside for longer than 5 minutes,
or you
risk getting frostbite.
So
frostbite is when your skin actually freezes.
So it's very important.
So very important. Right now,
now it's minus 21.
Minus 21.
Earlier. It's very important
that you wear gloves when you go outside.
I will also wear
a hat.
But if I'm just running
to my car,
I might not.
But frostbite, injury to skin caused by extreme cold.
To shiver.
To shiver.
So it's pretty
common.
To shiver,
when it's cold. It means to shake because you are cold.
And you might be aware of this if you go swimming where the water is cold.
When the water is very cold, when you come out, you might be shivering.
So it's where your body tries to warm itself up by making you shake. To shake because you are cold. Interestingly, I don't often shiver when I'm outside
in the cold.
I often shiver when I come back in and take off my layers. Sometimes it's not very warm, or sometimes you get like when you get a lot of snow on your gloves and in your gloves, it can be melted, so your hands can get wet in cold weather,
and when you be very, very cold. And you will shiver a lot.
To brave the cold. So this is a pretty interesting phrase. To be brave means to have courage. It means to do something even though it's hard. And we often use the phrase to brave the cold to talk about when you go outside despite very cold weather. If you have a dog, you have to brave the cold and take the dog for a walk. You probably don't want to go outside, but the dog has to go outside every day, 2 or 3 times to go for a walk, to go to the bathroom. So you have to brave the cold. If I look outside and think it's really cold, I still have to brave the cold and go to work. I can't just stay home because it's cold. I need to have courage. I need to decide that I'm going to go out. I'm going to do what I need to do. To be snowed in. When you're snowed in, it means you are unable to leave because of heavy snow. Jen and I were a little bit snowed in 3 times in the past weekend and a half. It wasn't anything major. Within an hour, I could clear the driveway and we was able to leave. But if it kept snowing for days. Eventually, it's become very difficult to get out. We might call that a blizzard, where the snow just keeps getting deeper, and you can't keep the driveway clear, unable to leave because of heavy snow. Wind chill. So this is an interesting effect. It means feeling colder than it is because of the wind, and they actually give this a number. In fact, if I look at the weather for today, so it's minus 23 in the town close to me. High of minus 12 today. The wind chill will make it feel like
the wind chill might make it feel like 22. Can you hear that? It's going to be a high of minus 12.
But because of
the wind, it will feel like minus 22. So the wind chill effect.
Wind always makes
it feel colder than it is.
So if I go outside on a day where this is going to sound kind of funny. If it was minus 22 with no wind and the sun was shining, that is actually a beautiful day to be outside. If it was minus 10, so 12 degrees warmer, but the winds were blowing at 50 to 60 kilometers an hour, that would be unbearable. You would not want to be outside. If you
for
are a
very
member
long.
of
If
the
you are a
channel,
member of
you'll
the
see I've
channel,
done a
you
few
see
members
in a
only
few member
videos.
only videos.
I think one's
And
called
it
It's
was
Cold.
called
The
it's
other one
cold.
just says
The
very,
other
very
was
cold.
it's called it was very
Both of
cold.
those,
Both
it's
those
mostly because
mostly
of the
because
wind.
of the wind.
You can stay pretty warm.
You can say it's pretty warm
outside
when there is no wind.
It can be very,
It can be very,
very
very
cold.
cold. You can stay pretty cold.
Cold snap.
Cold
Sudden
snap.
cold
Sudden
weather.
cold weather.
So this is something
that can describe two things in my mind.
It can be
This
when
can be
it
when
goes
it
from,
goes from like
1 degree,
1 degree
to
to minus 10
It's
overnight.
a cold snap.
The cold snap.
But you could also
You can also say,
we're going to
oh, it's
have
gonna
a
have
3-day
a
cold snap where it's going to
3
be
days.
below minus 20 every day.
It's going to be
So
below
it simply
minus 20
means
every
a
day.
sudden change in weather.
weather.
We are not really in a cold snap
right now.
It's just cold.
It's just cold
every day.
Day
after day.
after day.
So I would use, instead I would just say
say it's freezing. It's very, very cold.
Whiteout.
Whiteout.
When snow
and wind make it hard to see, we usually use this term
when we're talking about driving in bad weather.
So
a whiteout
is when either
it's snowing
or
drifting. Drifting snow is when the wind picks the snow up, or usually both.
Pick up.
And there's so much snow
that it's very difficult to see.
It's very dangerous
to drive
when there are
whiteout conditions.
The other day, it was snowing and the wind was blowing and pick up snow, and we couldn't see the barn
from the house.
So those of you that are
familiar
with
my property,
because we were in
whiteout conditions,
it is not a good idea to drive when snow and wind make it hard to see. This is actually not. I've driven in weather
like this.
But there are times where I have pulled over or pulled into a parking lot, or even just gone to a restaurant, even though I wasn't hungry. Because the whiteout was so bad,
it was dangerous to drive. Sometimes you just take a break and you check the day.
Drifting. These kind of look the same, but in this picture, drifting is snow from the ground lifted
by the wind. So you see these little
streaks of snow going across the pavement.
Going across
the
pavement,
we
would consider drifting
that
snow.
That
snow is not coming from the sky.
That snow is
already on the ground,
and the wind
has picked it up
and started
to move around.
So in the
winter, when it is very windy, there's a lot of drifting.
Snow from the ground
lifted by the wind,
and
it often gets deposited somewhere else, usually a snow drift.
So let me get this picture a little bit bigger for you.
A little bigger for you.
You can see
here
that this
fence
has caused
the snow
to pile up. Let me explain this a little bit. When wind picks up snow, when there is drifting, if there is something like a fence, when the wind hits it, the snow falls. So if you have a fence or a car or something outside where the snow is drifting, so it's being carried by the wind, and then when the wind has to go around, for some reason the snow will fall. Actually, it usually falls on the other side, so it gets lifted over and piles. So in this picture, the wind is coming. The wind was
coming this way, and as it went over the fence, it dropped
snow and caused a snowdrift.
A pile of snow made by the wind. So on a day where there's drifting,
you start to see snowdrift. Piles of snow
made by the wind.
And fun to play in with you.
And fun to play if you are a kid.
Accumulation. So this person has come outside, and they are looking at the vehicles and noticing
is covered with snow.
There has been a lot of
accumulation, which is the amount of snow that has built up.
When it's
snowing
and the snow lands,
it doesn't go away like rain. It just starts to pile up. It starts to accumulate.
And so they might
say something like this on the weather.
10 to 15 centimeters of
accumulation.
That means we're going to
get
this much snow
or this much snow. It's going to land.
It's going to
pile up on the ground. It's going to result in a lot of accumulation.
Snow day. This is my favorite
day in the winter.
A snow day is
a day when school is cancelled because of snow.
So in places like Canada
and in some of the northern US states where there's lots of snow,
sometimes
they decide
it's
it's just
too dangerous
to drive.
People
usually
still go
to work, but children are usually kept at home.
So they make
a decision that it's going to be a snow day as a teacher.
The
night
you
before,
think it might be a snow day,
you don't know.
But you don't know.
And you have to get up early.
And you have to check on the internet.
And it's
6:30
a.m.
It might say
snow day today.
And then everyone
gets to stay home, including the teachers.
It's
one of the great perks of being a teacher. I think that you have
snow days.
Very fun, very enjoyable. You can have a nap.
You can do some
schoolwork. I do that sometimes from home. But
it's like
a free day off in the middle of the winter. Very fun.
Snowplow. So a snowplow is a vehicle that pushes snow
off roads.
I should say off the roads.
Off roads.
This is a large truck with a blade on the front. It's actually a dump truck
usually in my area.
So the back of the truck is usually filled with sand or a mixture of salt and sand or salt. And then the front has a blade. So as they push the snow off the road, a little trickle of salt and sand falls and there's a spinner and it spreads it out. So you often see the snow plow removing snow but also sanding the road to make it safer. Snowplows come in all different
shape and sizes, but in my area, the ones that
they use on the road
look exactly like this.
Really
big
with a really big
blade in the front.
So salt and sand. So I just mentioned salt and sand. This is a common sight in the winter when they can get down to the pavement. So if you
salt and sand are
materials
spread to improve traction on icy surfaces.
Salt will melt
ice and sand will give you traction.
And so the two materials are often used
in the winter
to melt
the ice on the road and to give traction.
The problem is
salt
doesn't really melt
snow
that
well.
Like salt will
melt ice,
but it doesn't really melt
snow that well.
So we usually
get to a point when you can't see the pavement,
and they're just putting down a lot of
sand
in order to the snow is less slippery when there's some sand.
Slippery, there's some sand on it.
A snow shovel. So a tool used to move snow by hand, and this is a special kind of shovel. It's usually quite big and wide.
It's usually quite light
because it's made
out of plastic.
Snow
isn't very heavy.
It's not as heavy
as dirt.
So when you use
a shovel in dirt,
the shovel
needs to be made out of metal.
But when you're shoveling snow, you can use a plastic shovel.
You just use a plastic shovel and you use that to remove snow by hand. Many people
clear their driveway. An ice scraper is a tool used